In the late 15th century, the world was on the brink of a monumental discovery. A man named Christopher Columbus would set sail on a journey that would change the course of history forever. This is the story of his life, his voyages, and the profound impact they had on the world. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa, Italy in 1451. His father was a weaver, but young Columbus had little interest in following in his father's footsteps. From an early age, he was fascinated by the sea and the mysteries it held. At the age of 14, Columbus began his life as a sailor. He sailed around the Mediterranean, learning the skills of navigation, map-making, and charting. These early experiences would shape his future as an explorer. As Columbus grew older, he became captivated by the idea of finding new trade routes to the rich lands of Asia. The traditional land routes were dangerous and controlled by hostile forces. Columbus believed that by sailing west, he could reach Asia more quickly and safely. However, Columbus faced two major challenges. He needed funding for his voyage, and most people at the time believed the world was flat. He approached the kings of Italy, England, Portugal, and France, but all turned him down. Undeterred, Columbus turned to Spain. In 1492, after years of persistence, Columbus finally received support from Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain. They provided him with 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, and a crew of 87 men. On August 3, 1492, Columbus set sail from Spain, embarking on a journey into the unknown. The journey was long and arduous. Weeks passed without sight of land, and the crew grew restless and fearful. But Columbus remained steadfast, convinced that they would soon reach their destination. Finally, on the evening of October 12, 1492, land was sighted. Columbus and his crew had reached what we now know as the Bahamas. He named the island San Salvador and believed he had found a new route to Asia. Columbus encountered the indigenous people of the islands, whom he mistakenly called Indians, believing he had reached the East Indies. He was struck by their hospitality and the richness of the land. Over the next few months, Columbus explored the Caribbean, visiting Cuba and Hispaniola. He built a fort on Hispaniola and left some of his men there before returning to Spain. Columbus returned to Spain in 1493, bringing with him gold, exotic plants, and several indigenous people. He was hailed as a hero and quickly organized a second voyage, this time with 17 ships and 1,300 men. On his second voyage, Columbus discovered more islands and established a new colony on Hispaniola. However, he soon faced challenges as the men he had left behind had been killed, and tensions with the indigenous people grew. Columbus made 2 more voyages. On his third voyage in 1498, he explored the coast of South America. However, his governance of the colonies was harsh, leading to complaints and his eventual arrest and return to Spain in chains. Despite his fall from grace, Columbus convinced the Spanish monarchs to allow him one final voyage in 1502. He explored Central America but faced numerous hardships, including the loss of his ships. Columbus returned to Spain in 1504, a broken man. He died in 1506, still believing he had found a new route to Asia. Unbeknownst to him, his voyages had opened the door to the vast and diverse lands of the Americas. Columbus's voyages marked the beginning of European exploration and colonization of the Americas. While his discoveries brought great wealth and power to Europe, they also brought immense suffering to the indigenous peoples through disease, enslavement, and violence. Christopher Columbus remains a controversial figure. His voyages changed the world, leading to the exchange of cultures, goods, and ideas between the Old and New Worlds. However, his legacy is also marked by the devastating impact on the native populations. As we reflect on Columbus's life and journeys, we must remember both the achievements and the tragedies that followed. His story is a reminder of the complexities of history and the far-reaching consequences of exploration and discovery. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Bullet Point History for more captivating videos about important figures in world history. In our next episode, we'll dive into the life of another pivotal explorer who changed the course of history. Stay tuned to uncover the adventures, challenges, and legacies of the world's greatest adventurers. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand our present.